Welcome to the Irish in the UK. This week we're coming to you from the Dallas Burston Polo Club in Warwickshire. We are here because the Rule the World Mounted Games is taking place, featuring teams from Ireland, England, Sweden and Wales. Let's catch up with the action from the Mounted Games.
We have the Swedish team. They are trained by Stephen Chorley. So that is the Swedish team. We have the England Knights.
Give a round of applause for your team.
The next team we have in are the Great British Under-21 riders. The Welsh team, they are doing their lap now. So we have the Ireland team now doing their lap.
Do we have any Irish out there supporting?
We have the England Lions there coming round, so if we could have a cheer from the England Lions supporters as they do their lap at this lovely Dallas Burston Equestrian Centre and Polo Club. They are trained by Paul Adcock.
Today we have the Rule the World Championships, which offers 6 teams from competing around the world. We also have Canada competing in the individuals, which will be our furthest competitors. What you can see behind me about to start is a county competition for the under 15 age groups.
Now you've had so many people here today taking part in all these games, all age groups.
Yeah, our youngest rider today was 4 and our oldest is 41, who's actually competing in the internationals. Their team is currently winning.
Now, of course, it's great to have international events here because it's all good for our home riders as well, isn't it?
Well, it is good for our home riders, but we have very sort of regular foreign riders, and closest being obviously the Irish. The furthest afield are the New Zealand and Australians and South Africans who come over in spring and compete for our summer season before going back home and doing it in reverse. They compete all year round.
Now, you've worked extremely hard in organising this. How much time have you put into it?
We've spent a lot of time planning and thinking about it and what we can do to make it more enjoyable for not only the riders but the spectators as well. Each competition, it varies. I'm very lucky I've got an awful lot of helpers. Our team is fantastic, from people who help us do the equipment, from people who run day-to-day things here, but we also use a Struck event management. They are very involved, and I think you're going to speak to Rory later.
Yeah. And this is your second event now, second year, and it's growing, isn't it? By the year it's getting bigger and bigger.
It is. I mean, we've just had our first anniversary. Last year we ran 9 events, Rule the World for the first time being one of them. This year we've run 11, and yeah, this event is double the size that it was last year.
We spoke to Joe and various people here from the arena here today. What a fantastic place.
Well, yeah, it's not lost that it's called a super arena. It really is. It's the best in the country that I think we get to ride in. It's not just the size and the surface, but it's the atmosphere that it creates, and it's great having the Millstone Hair overlooking it. And as you can see behind us, right at the back, we have another wedding going on in the IXL building. And after they finish their usual meals and so on, they'll all be out on the banks cheering us on.
Now, earlier on we saw you out there competing as well.
Yeah, yes, probably a little bit past my sell-by date, but yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's a great thing to be out there, not only with your friends, but against your friends, and being out there with your ponies, it's what we all live for.
So going forward, is this something now that you're hoping to do on an annual event?
I think it very much will be. We're not just doing it here. We have other partners now around Europe and as far afield as America. Hopefully we'll actually be out on the East Coast in 2020. But hopefully I think you'll get to speak to some of the Swedish and the French that we're doing competitions with, and that's from the European individuals, the European pairs, and next year the European teams, and then there will be the 3 of us with Le Bond and Struck and myself with Extreme, who will be rotating those competitions to keep it fresh every year, make it that special event.
Well done, Emma. Rory, can you tell me what's your involvement today?
I can indeed. We've been up since the early hours, preparing, getting ready for everything that's been going on. So all the equipment here you can see behind us, the arena, it's all set up, the lines, everything together. And I'm a commentator for this sport, so I've been up since 8. You can probably tell by the sound of my voice that I've been talking a lot today. So we get the atmosphere going, the crowd gets involved, and we make sure that everyone has just a brilliant time.
Well, you've done a wonderful job as well commentating, because we're all cheering and knew exactly what was going on at all times.
Yeah, thank you. It's really important because obviously we're there with the scores to make sure everyone knows, particularly for the riders as well, because they need to know how many points they've got so they know what they're riding for. It's lots of tactics involved. They need to know, where they need to get, how many points they need to get. And the crowd love it as well, and they know who to get behind and cheer on, and it's just, it's great.
Now, it's a very, very fast sport, of course. How do you judge it? You need a very keen eye, or how do you manage to keep an eye on it?
So we have judges in the box, a fantastic team that are great at judging it, but we have a lot of technology in the box as well. So videos on the line. So when there's very tight finishes, as you can see today, there are some really tight ones. We have a video technology where we can go through, make sure we judge it exactly right, so everyone gets the exact same points, so it's all fair and transparent.
Now, this is a very high-skilled sport, I would say, because the speed of the horse and, everything that you've got to do as well, it's all down to seconds.
Yes, it is. We work hard in training all year round. All these riders that you're seeing here this weekend have been doing it for years and years and years, and we get everything exactly right. And every little element you can get, whether it's just making a bit of ground up in between equipment, how quick you can put something on a bin, how quick you can jump on and off a horse, it all adds up, and like I say, split seconds is all you need.
And we saw you competing earlier on as well.
Yes, I was riding in the International Rule of the World competition. I rode here last year as well when we first ran this show for the South of England Knights. We're currently leading by a point. It's very, very close between us and the North. It's always a bit of a rivalry between the England South and England North. And the Welsh team are doing very, very well here as well.
Excellent. Lovely to meet you, Rory.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Today I'm down here with the Swedish team. I've been on the road to them for the last 3 weeks. So we're at the European Championships in Ireland, and then the World Championships in Wales, then the Royal Welsh, and then we're finishing up with Rule of the World. So it's really exciting times.
Now, you're obviously the trainer of the team. Now, tell me, how much time goes into this?
Yeah, there's a lot of time, and I'm based in Edinburgh, and obviously the Swedish are over in Gothenburg, so a lot of it is over sort of Messenger and Facebook and a lot of phone calls as well. So all day, every day, somebody's always asking different questions on how the horses are going and how the riders are going. So it's almost a full-time job in the background as well as doing your full-time job. So it's very busy. It's good though. The riders, they put in a lot behind the scenes. So at the same time as obviously training every day and trying to get the team together as well, training every day, they're always planning these trips is huge. I mean, obviously from Sweden over to here, there's loads of ferries, there's vettings, there's everything. They've got assigned to do all this. So it is, yes, all the time very busy. What's really great is that Sweden being from Scandinavia, they all support the Norwegians and the Danes, so they all sort of stick together and help each other out. But at the same time, the Swedes know all the British teams, they know all the European teams. So we are one big family, but at the same time it's very competitive when we're in the arena. But as soon as we get out the arena, everybody's all back together having a bit of laugh as well.
Now, what's a Scottish man doing training a Swedish team?
That's a fantastic question. Back when I was riding, I did a lot of training clinics over in Sweden. So when I finally retired in 2012, they came to me and said, listen, we'd love you to be the Swedish coach. And I said, yeah, no problem. I knew the riders, I knew the horses. And it was a sort of team that I knew they had a lot of talent to get a lot better. So I just said, yeah, no problem at all. Went along and that's been the story for the last 7-8 years.
Have you been pleased with your team's performance today?
Yeah, we had a couple of horses go lame, so today we did okay. They can do a lot better, but any coach will tell you that their team can do a lot better unless they're winning. So no, it's been a good day. It's been very competitive. I mean, all the teams in that Rule of the World are very, very good. So it's the best of the best.
Jo, tell me a little bit about Dallas Burston Polo Club.
Okay, as you can see, we are a very unique site and we have various venues across the site. We can do weddings, all sorts of different functions. We're very, very flexible, up to about 3,000 capacity is what we have. Here we have a pub which is open to the public. Anybody can come in. We're trying to make polo for everybody.
And you're in a lovely part of the world down here.
Yeah, Warwickshire's absolutely beautiful. We have, well, you can see, you've only got to look around you and see what we've got here. The children have an absolutely lovely time, as you can see. We do various different equestrian events. Most of those are based around here, around the pub. We do a lot of weddings over on the other side. It's lovely.
And of course, it's been a fantastic venue here for the Rule the World mounted games because everybody's had a great time.
Yeah, it is, and the atmosphere is absolutely amazing. We have they come here quite a lot, and they're great. Yeah.
I can see why, because it's an ideal venue with the upstairs view from the balcony here is fantastic.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there's nowhere better. There really isn't.
Now, if people wanted to book your venue and stuff, how can they do that?
They just need to give us a ring, drop us an email. We have the website for the whole site, which is DB Polo Club, or we have the Millstone Hare as well. That's a separate site.
Lovely to meet you today, Jo. Everyone's having a great time here at the Mounted Games. We hope you're enjoying it at home. Now it's time for us to take a little break. Welcome back. We're here in Warwickshire for the Rule the World Mounted Games. It's been a fantastic day and it's going to continue right through until the evening time. Now we're going back into the arena to see how it's all shaping up. Jerome, of course, you're here training the Irish team today. How have they done today for you?
They've had a bad start, but our second session was very good. We've a mixture of an older team and a younger team, so it's nice to get them all out. After last week, now we had the World Team Championships, and so this is a different team, and it's great to get all the young riders out to have a good chance, you know.
And it's great to see Ireland represented here today.
We enjoy it now. Mounted Games is our life, but Ireland has become very strong in mounted games, and we're one of the top 2 or 3 countries in the world in games, and we hope to keep it going that way, but we'll only do it by keep travelling to take on the best.
Now you're a very busy man, of course. You train the teams. You're also chairman of the Mounted Games in Ireland. How do you find time for it all?
Well, sure, it is my passion, I suppose. I'm lucky enough. I have good employers. I take my holidays, but all my holidays is games. But my kids love it, and where else my lads now are in their 20s, but it's a great occupation to be in, a great bit of hobby that I can still be playing games alongside with them, and they'll need me there. It is great to have.
Yeah, and I had the pleasure of meeting your wife earlier on. She's here today supporting you as well.
Yeah, it is a real family thing. It's a real family thing, you know, and it's great to be able to come as a family and participate as a family, and that's what it's all about.
How popular is Mounted Games in Ireland?
Well, we started off with a small number, but year by year, between the Pony Club and with the Mounted Games Association now, it's getting very popular, and I think over the years it's going to be more popular because it's a great spectator sport to watch.
Jerome, tell me where you're based and where you do your training.
Well, I'm based in Naas, and most of our training is around that area, and Punchestown, I suppose, has been a great area with the all-weather arena in Punchestown, and we use that, and we probably use the all-weather arena in Abbottstown and in the National Sports Centre, so that's probably one of our best areas to do our training and all that.
Good luck with it all, Jerome.
So it is the Lions, but problems for Wales and also for Ireland. So it is the Lions ahead of the Knights. Under 21, Sweden are kicking a bucket around. So I think it is still the Lions from the Knights. the under-21s. Wales have corrected and Ben is now out for Wales on the far side. So as Elaine goes out for the Lions, so too do the Knights, and also Emily Adams-Norton on the far side there for the under-21s. Kate now going out for Ireland in lane 2, and it's a nice lift there for Kate. But Elaine is storming home, so it's a half band out for the Lions here in lane 1, ahead of the Knights. The GB under-21s then. The yellow of the Lions ahead of the Knights. Sweden now changing out for their second to last rider, but that lets in the under-21s ahead of Wales, who come in to complete.
Joe, you've been representing the England Lions today. How have you gone on?
Yeah, really well. Happy with the team performance. Personally, quite a good shift. The team's going really well. We're up there in the mix for the win, hopefully tomorrow. So looking forward to that. It's going to be quite a tight competition.
It's been really competitive today.
Yeah, very, very. We've done. I mean, this is the second time we've done the Rule the World show. Last year we kind of ran away with it. We had a little bit of a lead going into the final, didn't we? This time it's very, very tight. So yeah, it's been good.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Joe. When did you first start riding?
First started riding when I was about 4 years old. First started doing games when I was 10. I've been doing it for a long, long time. I've been riding the same pony for 15 years, which is very rare in this sport. But he's an absolute winner, so perfect for me.
There seems a great togetherness with you. In fact, with all the teams, you know, everybody seems to be great comradeship.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, I mean, we're all friends out of the ring, but we're all enemies when we're in the ring. I think for us, the biggest challenge is always taking on the South. Both England teams are always very, very fast, very consistent, very competitive. So it's always a good rivalry there.
Paul, have you been happy today? Of course, you trained these guys. What's your thoughts on the day?
Yeah, we've done quite well. We were behind on points this morning, but we've come back this afternoon and we're still in the mix there, you know. So I'm really happy. I train from the under-12s to the Open, you know, so I train all age groups, to be honest with you.
So does this sport go through the winter as well, or is it like a summer sport?
It used to be a summer sport, but it's got that popular now that we can run courses all the way through the winter.
Well, it's great to see so many international teams here as well today.
You meet that many different people from different walks of life and they all get on. You know, so that's one of the fine things about it.
Now we are off and running, and it is an amazing put on there for John Evans. Maybe a bit lucky with the wobble, but it was fantastic. But we have Sweden and the Knights going back. So it is Wales out with a massive lead ahead of the green of Peter McCarthy, the Lions and the under-21s. But it is Charlie and for Wales, and a massive change over there for Danny Spencer. So it is Wales from the Lions ahead of the under-21, Sweden on the far side, and the Knights seem to have corrected, so it is still Wales, but they're being chased not very far behind by the Lions, Joe Garnett and Kate O'Connor for Ireland. So not much to call between any of them. The hat band now out of Owain Jones, but it looks to be Wales. So Ben Hopkins comes in for Wales, hat band now out for Ireland, and we now have the Lions into complete.
I'm here as one of the organisers, a commentator, a trainer of the under-18s team. I'm running around with equipment, clearing up the muck from the arena, whatever job needs doing. So I just pile in. But that's the sport, everyone joins in. It takes a lot of organising, a lot of putting together, but you can see the team effort. It's not just about the ponies and the riders, it is all about everyone around them. You can't do it without the equipment, you can't do it without the surface, you can't do it without the organisers, the judges, the writers, the commentators, everything. It's all a big, big team.
Now, on the national front, how much travelling do you do and where do you compete?
We travel all around Europe and the world. We've actually got Canadians here and we've got the Swedish team here. Got lots of friends, got an Australian friend that came over for the World Games. So there's lots of international circuit. And I'm also chairman of Pony Club Mounted Games. So we have a whole series from areas and zones that qualify for Horse of the Year show, and we go to Royal Windsor and have a home international there with the Irish team come and join the English, Northern Irish, Scotland and Welsh teams. So it's a big, big circuit and lots of activities at all sorts of ages. You can do this sport from 4 years old upwards, so it's great.
Wow, so many people involved.
Yes, it's really truly international. So it's one of the many sports the Pony Club offers, and then through the Pony Club you can go on and develop into other organisations. And yeah, there's the world's your oyster. You can travel around and you'll find somebody that you know through somebody else. You can pitch up, drop the ram from your lorry, get the ponies out, and compete wherever you want.
And the England team has given a great performance here today.
Yes, we're all good friends, but very, very competitive. And the England Knights are right up there. They're just a point overnight. They're a point ahead of the England Lions, and the Wales are really up there as well. Ireland battling out, and the youth team, the youth GB team, and the Swedish team as well. So yeah, it's a very close battle.
Marcus, well done.
Thank you very much.
So we're ready to go, and it's a lovely level break. But off first, I think it was Wales. Problems for the Lions there. So it is Wales, Ireland, Sweden, the Knights going well on the far side, as are the GB under-21s. So nothing really to call between much of the teams, but I think at this stage it's the Knights just ahead of Wales, and the under-21s just slightly ahead of Sweden, and a nice vault for Joe there for the England Lions. So not much to call between any of the teams here, but Ireland going well also in the middle. So it is the Knights ahead of Ireland. Sweden up with another vault, as are the under-21s, and the England Knights now out with a little bit of a lead ahead of Kieran O'Leary for Ireland, who is going for his next vault. So it is the Knights come in ahead of Ireland from the under-21s and Sweden in together. Then we have the England Lions and a pony and a stirrup, but none of which are attached for Wales. So we have a nice finish there for the Welsh rider. Just a pity he forgot his pony.
Brian, you must be a very proud dad tonight because, of course, of your daughter Emma. She's done a wonderful job here today and organised, put in so much work in preparation.
Yes, she has worked very hard. This is only her second year of running these competitions, and it's gone very well. There are obviously so many other people who are involved, without whom it just wouldn't happen. Emma's part of Extreme, and the Struck events also involved. So there's a lot of people involved, too numerous to mention. But yeah, we're very pleased with the way it's gone, especially today with the Rule the World competition.
And of course we had the individual winner there from Wales, George Betts, and he won the individual event tonight.
Yes, he did. It was a very close thing. I think he only won by 1 or 2 points, but it was very good and very high quality competition.
And of course I've got to give a big shout out to Peter McCarthy from Ireland because he was the second.
Yes, he was, and I think Peter won more races over the final, but it was George was more consistent. So it was a great competition. Yeah, very much so.
And of course, Brian, tomorrow is a big day as well because we've got the final team event.
Yeah, that's right. We've got 2 more sessions of the team competition, including the International Rule the World. So the overall winners will be decided tomorrow afternoon.
Well, you know, we've had a lovely day here with you today, Brian, with everybody. Have you enjoyed it?
Have enjoyed it, yes. The principal aim of these events is for good competition in a friendly atmosphere, and I think we've achieved that. A lot of people have enjoyed it, and I have too. And we're looking forward to the finals tomorrow.
Well done to you all, and we hope that you've all enjoyed the show at home as well. Now don't forget, we're back next Thursday evening at 7:30 with the Irish in the UK. Until then, from myself and from Brian,
good evening, have a nice evening, see you soon.